Today we're gonna switch things up and we're gonna try something a little bit different. As you can see, I have a very special guest here with me. We are going to have a little bit of a roast today because I feel like we're gonna try something completely different. We're gonna go for a video of design turn-ons and design turn-offs from interior designers. So this is my beautiful friend,
hello,
Nicholas Gerther, who has traveled all the way from Australia. Please tell me a quick, little brief moment about yourself.
Oh God, this is pressure. I'm an interior designer from Melbourne, Australia, and
who is amazing, by the way.
Oh, thank you. And Phoenix, I met through Instagram, being fangirls of each other.
It literally started, I used one of his reference photos, just talking about, I don't even remember what it was, but
was it like artwork or something? I can't remember. It was
probably
something.
But he saw it. Obviously, I used his photo, and then we just connected, and we have almost the exact same interior design taste. We love all the same stuff. So I was like, you know what? He happened to be visiting. Perfect timing. So I was like, you know what? Let's do a fun little video so you can see that I am not the only crazy one that either hates certain things or loves certain things. It's very much on board.
I'm equally bitchy.
And equally bitchy. God, there's gonna be so many fucking gay jokes in these comments being like, of course the gays are hating on.
That's what we're trying to do.
And as you saw in my previous video with Anthony, all the gay jokes that came out, I'm sure there's gonna be even more.
Get ready, buckle up.
Glue that wig down.
Get the setting spray, we're ready.
I would have to say that my biggest turn off in design is the overly colorful maximalist. It looks like a rainbow threw up in the room or a Jackson Pollock. I go into that room and it gives me 1, anxiety, 2, I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack or some kind of neural breakdown because there's so much to look at. It's so overwhelming all the time. And my migraine is literally starting just thinking about it.
I think it's sort of it speaks to a deeper psychological issue. You couldn't make a decision, you know what I mean? What does the rest of your life look like if this is what your house looks like?
What is your childhood trauma?
Who hurt you? We're getting in trouble for that one. I don't know. It's did the color machine explode or you just didn't know how to edit yourself? And I wonder if people dress like that too.
They do.
Yeah, probably.
I've seen those the videos on.
I'm in a corset and track pants and then one shoe on one foot and then a flip flop.
Those videos of the New York people where they're oh my God, can I see your apartment? And they go into them they are dressed exactly like their home. They put 500 different layers on of different colors that in my opinion doesn't go together.
Tangled jewelry, you know what I mean? Where it's too many necklaces and they're looped over each other.
And they just live like that. They never take that off. It always just...
They can't. Colored LED lights in house. I'm are you in a nightclub? What is that about? I'm going to get some hate. I have some friends who have this in their houses and I have been judging you this whole time. I just haven't said anything. But they had the pink strip that then they have their little app on their phone and they change it. And I'm are you in a club or a house? What is that about?
It reminds me of a dorm room.
It's
very oh my God, I just got a place by myself. I'm going to put these LED strips around the whole perimeter and this is cool. I'm going to have a vibe with the different colors.
The vibe is you look a drug dealer. That's the vibe. It's not cute. It's really not. It's I have a friend who has them all synced up. And when we're they're watching a movie, he'll be oh, there's a green scene. So he'll change. I'm what are you doing? What is this?
Oh, I've seen those ones where it looks at your TV and then the colors behind it match. I think that would be the only thing if I have a theater room, that would be kind of cool to have just the color behind that. But if you're doing the full strips, perimeters on the ceiling, on the floor, underneath all your furniture,
straight to jail.
It's giving spaceship.
It's giving skeezy nightclub. That's what I'm getting from it. Beer stain on the floor,
vomit in the corner.
Yes. So, is it hiding something? Why? What speaks to this obsession with color? I like color, but and my car has colored lights in it, but in your house, it seems weird.
No, it's very commercial.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Maybe but no, not in your home.
It's a no.
Sorry to interrupt these messages. Well, we have a special word from our sponsor, Birch Living, for today's video. I've been looking for a new bed for a while now, and trust me how challenging it is to actually find one that fits all the preferences that I was looking for. One, I really wanted to avoid something that has a polyurethane foam in it because if we're being honest, it's toxic and there's a lot of fiberglass in that, which is not great for any sleeping environment. I wanted something that was extremely clean and simple with all natural materials because if we're being honest, I am a super hot sleeper. I turn into a thermos at night. Anthony can even contest to it. He hates it. That's why he always steals all the blankets. That being said, I want something that was an all natural material so my body's temperature can actually regulate while I'm sleeping. So Birch Living's materials are all organic and they use 100% organic wool for the actual filling, which is honestly super cool. Fun fact about the wool, that is hypoallergenic as well as a natural fire resistant. And there are so many homes now using organic wool as insulation because it helps with the fire barrier instead of your standard foam insulation. Another great thing about Birch Living is that they have a 100-night sleep trial alongside a 25-year warranty on their mattresses. Birch will even deliver the mattress for free within the US and offer an in-home setup and removal of your old mattress to make it super easy. I don't know about you, but if you've ever tried to get rid of an old mattress, it's a job in itself. In a previous video, you all have probably seen that I got Rhea a new dog bed, but she is an absolute queen. And if we're being honest, she enjoys the comfort of this bed so much more than her actual dog bed. So if that doesn't sell it for you, I don't know what does. I love my Birch mattress, and honestly, I think you would as well. Their Labor Day sale is now live, and it is the perfect time to upgrade your sleep game. You'll get 25% off your mattress, and you'll also get 2 free Eco Rest pillows. Now don't sleep on this deal.
I'd say my biggest design turn on would be like bold, like marble with this beautiful like sculptural-esque and not that really shitty like lightning vein stuff that looks like it's like all broken and falling apart. I want like this sense of beautiful movement and it like just like your eye visually connects through the whole space. That is like one of my biggest turn-ons.
I think you and I share a love for marble, right?
Yes.
A natural stone. Like you're forever at the stone yard and I'm like, yes, yes, buy. I'll take 2.
How much is that one? Oh, maybe we have to find a different one. That's
Never.
$30,000.
We'll just have no chairs. No, I love that too. My current obsession with marble too is like, again, like, yeah, like not lightning vein. I like a wavy, like swirly. You know, like when you make those cakes where you have to like put a skewer in it and like you
and then you mix it.
Yeah, like that's what I want. I want like nature to have done that.
Is that so fucking cool though, that literally nature is making marble?
Art. And every single piece is different. I say that to clients all the time. I'm like, no one else will have this.
You literally have one of a kind. That's the one thing that you could, like, you could have kitchens that all look the same, different marbles. No one is going to have it. And I think that's one of the most beautiful and unique features you can have in any interior.
Well, leading on from that, you know, my obsession with mausoleum chic, as I call it, where I love marble on everything. I want it on the ceiling. I want it on the surfaces, on the walls, on the floors. I want to be buried in the cemetery. I want the whole experience. And I love mixing stones. Like a travertine and then like a really veined marble. I love that. I just think it's art on the floor, on the walls, on everything. I really love it. Unless
you live in like an earthquake
prone
environment.
Very safely in Australia on a tectonic plate. We're fine.
I mean, in Canada, we're good. We don't have to worry about earthquakes here. We're on the green belt. There's no earthquakes.
Sorry, Japan.
Japan and California. We see Rick Owens is in California. He's got a whole fucking like
Travertine
mausoleum.
House. That's the dream. The temple.
If I'm sleeping and I have this travertine surrounded mausoleum and an earthquake happens, at least I'm dying instantly.
You'll be crushed straight away.
That's crushing you from every angle and you don't have to worry about it.
And the photos of your corpse will look good because that could be a
was just perfectly flattened out. Very, what's that? The Wile E. Coyote just smushed by the stone.
Exactly that.
Next on my list, another one that I've talked about before, but those beautiful sculptural staircases. Like I'm talking about like everything is molded. I don't know how the fuck they're engineered. That's why they're so expensive, but they have like the marble for the steps, which I know isn't super practical. You could have a few of them. I feel like that would be fun.
The first 3 or 4 is fine. And then you can like
if you slip down those, at least you're just kind of hurting your tailbone and not breaking all the bones in your body.
I mean, what a nice way to go though.
That'd be fun.
How did she fall? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
how did she die? She died on her staircase, like,
hello, girl. No, I love a sculpture staircase. We have just recently had to delete one from a project because they are very expensive. But there's something, like, if you've traveled on one, you feel $1 million. Like, imagine, like, every day going to work, like, spiraling down. Oh, it's an experience.
I fell in love the first time I ever went to New York. The Armani on 5th Avenue that has that, like, it looks so, like, unreal. The amount of photos that were on my camera roll after visiting just that, I don't think I took any other pictures that trip. Just of like the staircase. I was like, I want to make that kind of money where I can have that in my house.
Look, I think if you just, your children can share a bedroom as long as you have a spiral staircase. It's fine. Like you got to cut costs somewhere.
They can we can make something in the garage, right? It's fine.
Hammocks in the garage.
Hammocks in
there you go. Saved your money. Staircase.
Amazing.
My new obsession is brickwork. I'm obsessed with bricks. I've done a little traveling recently. I went to Palm Springs earlier in the year, and I think bricks are going to make a big comeback because there's like new colors, new shapes, and you can kind of like stack them in new ways. And like, I feel like it's a really beautiful texture that we like don't really think about as interior designers because it's sort of more of an external product. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of opportunity for brickwork. So stay tuned for that.
Oh, that when I see a facade of a building that has them in different directions or the way that they're installed gives such a beautiful level of like texture and dimension instead of just like that standard brick lay, which in my opinion is pretty boring.
It is pretty boring. It is, and like, you know, I think you can be really fun with it. You can curve brick the way you lay it. Like there's a lot of opportunity. So I feel like bricks are going to be.
That's another expensive one though. You're going to have a down. Like
you also need a really good bricklayer. Some people make $5 a brick to lay brick in Australia. I was like, I'm doing the wrong job. Like literally slather in the brick $5. Money.
But do you want to do that though?
Think about how good my arms would look though.
Okay, yeah,
I'd be very sunburnt. I call it mono theme, and this is where like people see one style, like Scandinavian, Hamptons, industrial, and they just focus on that, and they go to like Pottery Barn, and they buy all these like crates and barrels and like, you know, like old-fashioned looking reproduction furniture, and it doesn't have any soul. It doesn't have any dimension. It looks like a catalog image.
No, they went to like a Brick or a Leon's, and they saw something that was in that style. Oh my God, the farmhouse especially. I feel like that is one of my biggest ones. I probably should include that. But it falls within that category of like, you have one interior design style and you commit to just that. And
tunnel
like,
vision. You can't.
There's so many good design styles that you can like blend in with each other that really give a space personality.
When I have clients who like that, I'm like, what is it about that? Like we get Hamptons a lot. Australia loves Hamptons. I don't know why. Most of the people have never been to the Hamptons. They've watched one episode of Revenge and was like, oh, I want that, like that chair with the notes on it. No. And I was like, what is it you like? Is it like, I like it's relaxed. I like it's open. I like that it's bright. Like I want to pull out what you like about it. Like you can't just do a tunnel vision.
And the baby blue with the Hamptons. I feel like that just is like.
Bye, I'm leaving.
Okay, next on the list is another turn on. This is another like big controversial one because I've talked about how this could be an impractical design, but black cabinets. I think they are so sexy and so chic, but not just like a flat black. I find that just is like looks super boring in space.
It does.
If you have those deep like wood grain details of an all black cabinet, fuck.
I think we probably bonded over that at the beginning because you know I love a black. We both love a black kitchen, and clients always say, "Oh, will it be too dark?" And I'm like, "We have windows. You have light. All of everything around it is usually light. Like you don't have to be scared of that."
Yeah.
But you're right. You need the texture. If it's flat black, it's it's a little like schoolhouse or like chalkboardy. Like don't do that. Don't buy the chalkboard cabinets.
Oh no.
Don't buy that. That's not okay. Should have been brought up.
Oh, those shouldn't even be like in existence.
You want your children drawing on your cabinets? No. No, I love a black kitchen. It's like sexy. It's sleek, and it can like you can have a lot of personality. There's some beautiful black stones. Beautiful black marble that goes with it. And
that really allows for like every other finish in that space to be the star. Otherwise, like when you just see all those cabinets the same, usually if it's like, white oak is having its moment right now, which is still beautiful. But I find like that becomes the focal point and then everything else still needs to be kind of like neutral around it. And then you fall into that category of like the sad beige or like everything is like white. This at least, oh my God, I've talked about this before. Like dark, moody, really rich, bold, earthy tones have so much more personality than neutrals do in anything.
Correct. I mean, make a statement and it's like, it's not as scary as you think. And it's like, I always say like a newspaper, like if it was white with white ink, you wouldn't be able to like engage with it. So like you need the punctuation, you need the contrast. It's really fun.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. And I want to talk about it because I like to like champion like small makers, but I love finding people to make amazing lighting, chairs, furniture that are like small batch makers or like who make it by hand. There's so much emphasis, I think, because of brands like IKEA and like, these big global companies to buy mass produce things. It's a little bit more usually to buy like something handmade, but not always. And like you're getting something really special. And like I call them like a future classic because like it will be like an heirloom piece, you will pass it down and like you can tell the story about the person who made it, like their vision for the piece. So buy more of that.
I'm so biased and I agree with that as well because I've seen some of the lighting pieces that you've had in your projects that
We're lucky in Australia though. We're very lucky.
Everything here is so fucking expensive. I tried to like do custom lighting for one of my clients and when we got the pricing back, she was like, that's not happening. But I 100% agree. If you have the budget to have those like one of a kind pieces, like those pieces are going to carry you through your entire life. You're going to take that from home to home, apartment to apartment, and be like, that is a standalone piece that works so well with everything. Like, and that's also a story behind a piece. You're like,
yes,
either I custom made that or I had that custom made, is such a great, like, kind of like gloat to have, be like, oh, this is a custom light piece that no one else has.
And even if you can't afford to like customize it, a lot of these like smaller makers have like a small range of things that they make over and over, but like there's a small batch. You're like, not everyone's going to have it. You're going to have really interesting things. And I just think it's like richer and cooler. And, you know, I think designers in particular can get really caught up in like all the Italian brands and stuff, but I'm like, some of these, like everyone has that. And in Australia, we're really lucky. We have so many, and like I've spent a lot of time like hunting these people down, finding them on Instagram when they have like 2 followers. I'm like, you're going to go somewhere. I like your chair. So
yes, I love that. Also,
find those people. They're amazing. And you're supporting small business too, which is great.
No, 100%. And I've found, oh my God, lately I've been obsessed with like finding lighting designers and lighting makers on Etsy. Such a fantastic, like if you're just looking for a certain kind of light, you can see so many particular styles. That is another great way to find like people to make like custom pieces for them, because that's what their job is.
Not like knitted tea cozies and like word art, which I didn't put on the list because I know you've covered that, but like none of that. But like there are cool makers out there and people who have amazing creativity who maybe aren't the best at business, or like it's their hobby, they can't scale their idea. Like you'll find really interesting things, and I guarantee you people come to your house like, oh my God, where did you get this from? This is amazing.
Like, you can't get it. It's mine.
It's a one-off.
Okay, so the last one I think is probably the worst. No, they've all been really bad. But this one, when I see it, I can't actually contain the way my face looks. You've seen me...
Crime against humanity, not okay.
Accent tiles and accent mosaics in like your kitchen or your bathroom, where like, oh my God, we're adding a little pop of personality. And like...
You're not.
Oh.
You're not.
Like you have this beautiful like shower, and usually it's a really shitty like glass mosaic. You know how much like that one, my very first video that went viral was talking about like backsplashes to avoid. And the first one was glass mosaics. And I was like, my literal quote was, I hate the way that they look. And people took that and ran. I didn't say anything else. I just hate the way they look. And I was on to the next one.
You know what it is? It gives me like track house. It gives me like rental property. It gives me like, oh, we didn't want it to be too boring, so we added the so was it mint green or brown or something?
Oh, they're the brown, or they have like the silver. Like it, a bathroom is usually pretty small to begin with, so you're not working with a big footprint. When you add in that extra like line weight that just kind of visually breaks up the space, 1, it looks smaller. 2, it looks like absolute shit. And most of the time when I see that, it's like, it's either a like line just horizontally across that makes no sense, or like they brought one going up vertically to connect the shower,
or the other one goes the other way.
Or what's even worse is when they put like an accent one in the shower niche.
Oh, the one little square of it. Oh, I've seen it done a few times. Maybe it's more common in Australia, but like they'll do the line and then like, I don't know, every 6 inches, they do a little square of it as well. And I'm like, what are you trying to do here? This is not the Palazzo
where it's like all tiles and then there's like one and then back to the, no, they're trying to add like a fucking mosaic pattern in, like, oh, we just like did that ourselves.
Well, I think we've sufficiently
we just added
upset.
We just, everyone, we've had like this up and down, up and down, up and down. And they're just like, now we're going to leave this really sad. But honestly, this was so much fun. I don't know if you ended up watching the whole way to the end, but if you did, please comment, like let us know if we need to turn this into a series. Not only I feel like you need to come back again,
Toronto's
and
amazing. It's lovely.
if I need to like turn this into a series of having other interior designers from around the world come here. Oh my God, my phone's going to break and fall on the phone on the floor. I feel like this is such a fun series of banter to see that like, also, I get the like positive reinforcement that I also hate these things.
Same type of crazy.
Yeah, we are all kind of the same, but not the same.
No, like I feel like if you got any different, like you and I are very in sync, but if you got someone else, like they do these things like online all the time with like Vogue Living in Australia, where it's like terrazzo, good or not, or trend or not trend. And like every designer says something different. We all have a different opinion. And like our opinion here is like obviously, you know, the one that matters, but everybody has one.
So I'm just going to find designers that I come on here that only have the same like insight as I do. We're not going to have one. I'm not going to have like Joanna Gaines or someone come over.
Is she an interior designer though?
Decorator. That, oh my God, that's a whole other conversation. The decorators versus designers.
Part 2.
But please let us know in the comments below if you think we should turn this into a series. Nick has been absolutely phenomenal to have on here.
Thank you for having me.
I'm gonna throw your Instagram up on here. He doesn't
Is it
have
like a genie?
TikTok.
Like, is it floating? I'm
We'll have
old.
that.
I don't have TikTok.
We're the same age. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you have a full head of hair still. It's different.
It's going away. As people like
Give
to
me 5
comment
years.
in my
That
comment
is so
section.
bitchy. Girl, you know that person has an island on the back of their head they can't see? Helicopter pad? No.
Ugh. But honestly, thank you so much for watching. This was so much fun. Let us know in the comments below. You can always follow both of us on Instagram. He doesn't have TikTok. We're going to put that up here. Please, you're going to love his designs. I think they are so beautiful. And once again, they very much speak to our similar interior design taste. Oh
If they like you, they would like me, I think, and vice versa.
I mean, I would hope so. We are like almost the same person on the opposite side of the world, down to our fashion sense, our bag collection, our tattoos, even though colorful versus black, like even our design sense, which is actually really fucking cool.
That's the power of social media.
And remember, if you're ever second guessing yourself, just ask.
What would Design Daddy do?
Yeah, that was good.
He wouldn't do glitter ground.
Boom.
Boom. You do it. We can't mic drop. These are too expensive. Oh, there you go.
The mic drop was my phone.
That was so fun.